Hello, welcome to another video. Thanks for clicking on it, really do appreciate it. Yes, we're in Helsinki. Yes, we're still in Finland. I'm here, but I wanted to explain to you a little bit why I'm here and why I'm still here. No, I'm not being held captured by anyone, but yeah, let's get into the video. So my first time of falling in love with Helsinki in Finland was back in 2013 or 12. I used to come here taking photos at the Helsinki Marathon and Half Marathon, and because I used to work as a sports photographer, and I'd go to Chicago, Berlin, Chicago and lots of other marathons. But something different about Helsinki, I don't know what it was. You know, even though it's in Europe, it's very different, and you know, it had its own charm, its own charisma, and the people are very different, and everything is just very different, and you'll know what I mean if you've been here. But my first time I fell in love with Helsinki in Finland was coming here working as a sports photographer. And even though I was coming to Helsinki on a frequent basis, I knew that I wasn't really getting the full experience of Finland. So that led me to sort of brainstorm with another friend from marathon photography, Rick, if you're watching this, hello. But we decided to go on a kayaking trip in Saimaa. I'll probably overlay some few clips just after this so you can see. And it blew my mind. It was just so wonderful, so beautiful. And as I've mentioned before, like 5.5 million people in this country, and this like abundance of beauty, of nature, it just blew my mind, and I really fell in love with this country. Obviously Helsinki is great in its own respect, because it's got this nature on its doorstep, but these were like the real tantalizers that got my taste buds tingling. At this point in my life, I was living in Manchester, in England, and I was working in a hotel. So the marathon photography job was a secondary job. But whilst I was living in Manchester, yes, that is where I met Emma. Emma's my wife, if you don't know, and she's also Finnish. So, I mean, there you go. I found my perfect world, a beautiful country, and obviously the most beautiful wife and person in my life. We met, then we decided we'd had enough of living in England, and I actually got offered a job to move to Paris. So we jumped at that opportunity, and what was that? First young love. We lived our first couple of years together in Paris. Feels like a movie. I should have recorded it all back then, but unfortunately I wasn't on YouTube back then. Then we decided, after living in Paris and having all that, we jetted off to Sydney, Australia, and went and lived over there. Sydney was like a great place, and the only thing that didn't really match up to expectations was the job. My manager was a total beep, and well, you know, we cut that story short because we realized our lives together is more important. And well, voila, we ended up here in Helsinki. So I've been living here now for 4 years. Yeah, that's right, 4 years. It's a mitten, you can probably tell. And I've been loving every single moment of it. You know, going to the cottage, seeing the different seasons from really cold and wintry to summer, Juhannus, midsummer, just absolutely wonderful and beautiful. But first couple of years I spent being unemployed. Yeah, I was unemployed for like a year, I think, or maybe even 2. I was studying the Finnish language, and nyt mä voin puhua suomea. Ei ole todella hyvä, mutta voin. So that was like a really important thing for me, to be able to integrate into the culture. And you know, I started by going to Finnish language school, mixing with people, meeting and talking with Emma's family, and just, you know, really trying to become kind of like part of this culture, because when you go somewhere it's really important that you kind of just blend in rather than just having your own identity and sticking to what you know, because I really think that's some way you can kind of really struggle when you move somewhere new. But right now, yeah, I found a job. I've been working with Suunto, which is a Finnish brand, and they make sports watches. And what do I love to do? I love running and I love using sports watches. So it's in like an absolutely amazing journey, and it will continue for a while, I know. So what does the future hold for me in Finland? Well, we don't know. We can never know what the future holds for anyone. But as long as I'm happy, as long as I'm healthy, and as long as I'm running, then, you know, the world's my oyster, and I've got so much to discover, so much to learn, and so much to give. So thanks for watching the video. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments down below. And also, it really would help if you hit that subscribe button and drop a like. And but as I always say, or I like to say, is, you know, it's important that you have a good day as well, not just these other things. So enjoy your day, morning, night, whenever you're watching this, and come visit Helsinki and Finland.